Let's do it.
Oh, my down south. Oh, you got gulp. We'll try your gulp.
I got everything in there. I got down south in there. Nope.
No, we're learning how to do
The lures. Thanks for the invite.
Oh,
Man.
thank you for coming out.
Yeah, that's so cool.
How y'all doing, guys?
Good, are you?
Are y'all wore out?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty tired.
He's tired. It's been a long day.
Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you.
How's it going, bro? Hey.
So this was the one that caught the big redfish.
Yeah, this is my son Jeremiah. He's being a little bit of a nerd, but he caught his red on that pier.
Man, that's
come on.
awesome.
This is my daughter Gabriella.
Hey, how you
Abigail.
doing? So y'all just came from church and church thing?
Yeah, we have a service at my house and
Oh, like Bible study?
Bible study.
Oh, okay, cool. Wait, I saw that, the videos.
Yeah.
The videos, the readings.
Oh, you seen some of that?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Awesome, great.
Yeah, I started watching it, and then it went pretty far back. There was like 20 something episodes. I watch a lot of YouTube. So if I find something, I just start watching it, you know.
Say hola. Hola.
Do you speak fluent Spanish?
Poquito.
Poquito?
She speaks more Spanish than me.
Oh, for real?
We go to Mexican restaurants and she
Oh,
she
no
orders.
way.
No way. Wow.
It's so embarrassing.
My
I
wife.
spelled Spanish in school.
Are you second or third gen?
Was that?
You second or third generation?
No, my mom and dad are both Mexican.
Yeah, but you're from the same era as Daniel, where like most people would like not, I don't know, like their parents didn't want it to assimilate more,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't teach them Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. My parents speak fluent Spanish, but they just wouldn't do it around us, me and my brother.
Because it was harder on Hispanics back then.
That's her kind of bait.
Oh, AM.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
the
loves AM.
AM. I picked that one up because they were saying that speckled trout. This is what I've caught them on before. So I was curious to see,
I don't know how to use
like the.
yours. I've never used them.
So
Yeah, I
you-
got the glow in the
Hey,
dark
when the
ones.
bite comes on, I'm gonna hook you up. For real. I'll be able to. I'm trying right now. There was no bumps.
No
but
bump?
it could change within 10, 15 minutes of that sun going down.
Really?
It could change
Because
just like
the lights
that.
come on and.
Yeah.
So do you usually do mono? A big thing of mono?
Fluorocarbon,
Yeah.
about 2 or 3 foot.
2 or 3 foot. Okay.
How long have you been fishing for?
Since the 70s. Where were you in the 70s?
He wasn't.
You weren't even born.
wasn't in the 70s.
Well, I've been fishing a long time. Hey, I was blessed, man. If my dad wasn't fishing, my grandfather lived next door, my grandfather, and I would go over there, and they would be fishing. I would go with them.
Really?
So I was blessed. Me and my cousin, and they raised my cousin. So I mean, we fished just about every weekend.
Out here in El Campo, or
Yeah, we live in El Campo.
but that's where your family was from too?
Yes,
Oh, that's cool.
and we'll come here
Man,
to
y'all are,
Palacios.
so y'all are right here.
Yeah, about 35,
Man.
40 minutes.
That's awesome.
Hey, you want me to hook yours up? Oh, what are you gonna fish? You gonna fish with bait, or you wanna get ready for some lure action?
Try the lure.
Try the lure?
That's what I'm gonna do.
I was gonna try to kill all the rest of those shrimp that we
Yeah,
have.
go ahead.
They can use, the kids can use them too.
Oh yeah. All right, I'll go lure.
Okay.
They never fish with a lure, so.
If the bite turns on, and I'm hoping it does, you will catch a trout tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few of them probably.
So you usually do uni to uni on yours?
Yep,
On this? Okay.
uni to uni, and we're good.
So y'all staying the whole weekend?
Yeah, basically
That's
we're
good.
leaving Monday probably.
That's cool.
So y'all just stay out here some weekends, just
Yeah.
fish.
Just
That's-
about every other weekend.
We try to do
Oh,
it every
really?
weekend, but sometimes it's every
Wow.
other weekend.
Oh.
Because I saw
wow.
y'all went to the hotel in Blessing. I saw that
Oh, yeah.
video.
The food is good. Have you eaten there?
No, I haven't eaten it, but
It's really
I
good.
saw what y'all were showing. I was like, oh man, just the inside of the place looked cool.
Oh yeah, historical. All right, just grab about 2 or 3 foot. I just kind of open my arm like that. 2 or 3 foot. Fluorocarbon, 15.
Do you want to? Because that's already my leader.
Is this just your regular line?
Yeah, this is my regular line, and then I had a leader on there already.
Where's that? Oh, there it is. Gotcha. So this is your braid.
Yeah, my braid.
Okay. So I do my uni like this. I do a 6. See that 6?
Yeah. Can I get on this?
I do a 6, and then I'm gonna do 4 wraps right here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and close it up. Okay. Now this one's way too long. I'll cut a little bit of this off.
You see how quick his hands are?
I know.
How
You
quick?
know what? When he said 6, that's a lot easier.
Yeah. And then so this one coming this way, it's a 6 also, but it's a backward 6. See that?
It's a D.
Or D, but I just look at it as a backward 6. And then on this one, I don't do it 4 times, I do it 6 because the braid is so thin and it could slip. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5,
You see how all your fingers work together?
6.
Mine don't.
And then I put a little spit on it, and then I pull it, and then I got it both here. Now I'm just, you hear that?
Yeah, I heard
It's
that.
on it.
You said how
And
many
look at that
times
knot.
on the second?
Yeah,
That's a good knot.
Perfect.
You said how many times on the second knot?
On the second knot, 6 times.
Okay. 6
You
times.
see how your fingers can do this thing?
Yeah.
Mine can't. Mine are not as advanced as yours.
You know that when he said 6, man, that made it so much easier. Because I've been doing loop, the uni with a loop. Man, look at that.
Don't try to pretend you're as good as him.
Look at that, man.
Don't try to pretend yours is
No,
good,
I'm
as
just
good
saying,
as him.
look, like he made it so much easier by saying 6. Look at that.
Okay.
I've always done the loop, and I couldn't. But he said 6, and it makes perfect sense now.
Okay. So this is the important part. You want to reel some of this up? And I know you could already do a loop knot. I've seen you do a loop knot. That's all I do here. So what I do, I just do a wraparound like this, just a regular wraparound like this. A loop or a loop knot, right? Just like that. But then again, I'm gonna make it look real easy for y'all. I do a loop, but I make it look like a 6. Let me do that again, watch. I just go like this. I do a loop. And see, it's a 6.
Yeah.
But you want to squeeze down that loop. The smaller, to me, the better. You don't want it too big. You get it like that. And then this is the important part. Have the lure facing you like this. And then you're going to go through here. Just like that. It's facing you, right? And then you go through the hole, which is right,
Oh, wow.
right through there. Hang on to it. Yeah, right, hang on to it. And then I just do, like you done that too. You just go over twice. You could go twice. I'm gonna do 3 times. And then you go back through the loop this way. See, here's your loop. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
It's right through there. And then I get it wet. I bite it. Let me see. It's trying to slide out. There it is. Hang on to it. There it is, loop knot. It came out a little bit bigger than I like it, but it's still down. And what I like about it is, see, this string is facing down.
Yeah.
A lot of times if you do a loop knot wrong, your string is facing up,
yeah.
and you'll pick up debris, seaweed, it'll be stuck here, but facing down, everything will just slide right off of it.
Gotcha.
And then you just cut off this part right here.
Man.
And this is what they're hitting.
Down south, I told you.
This is called
You were talking.
spicy pumpkin.
Spicy pumpkin.
The other day I was fishing here, and this guy was using spicy pumpkin. I didn't have it. He was catching 3 trout to my 1 trout.
Really?
Yeah. And of course, you kind of just see where it's going to go through in the back. And if you want, you place your thumb where it's going to come out.
Oh.
And just shove it in there and just try to, and you want to get it as straight as possible, right through there. And then when you're going to pull it through, you don't pull it straight through. You turn it this way, then you shove it through, and then you turn it back. And that way, when the trout hit it, it's not going to rip off so easy, because if you go the other way, you already made a rip. So it's a lot easier for it to slide out. So now
you're
it's
actually
fresh.
putting it in, almost locking
Yeah,
it in.
I'll lock it in.
Man,
And there you go.
that's
I'm gonna have to
experience.
rewatch this video
Man,
a bunch of times.
That's experience right there, man.
And then this is what I do.
The Procure.
Yeah, put a little bit right here, look, around the neck. Wash his neck, his body. And then my secret is around the hook, the tip. See?
Oh yeah.
Can you
So they
imagine
grab-
that?
so
They
they-
smell that? Got him. There you go. Let me get you a trout jig.
Oh, there's difference?
Yeah, these are trout eye.
Trout eye.
If you look at this is how a trout eye actually looks.
Okay.
And I've actually caught a trout, and a trout ate my trout. And it was a trout like this big. It was a big gator trout.
And he ate the small.
I was bringing my trout in. Whoo, a bigger trout ate my trout. I was like, oh, they eat themselves.
Wow.
So
See,
you
that's
want
what
to
I had
use.
heard about that other lure because they were saying that this one was. They were saying the AM one
Yeah.
that it looks like a small speckled trout, so they call it baby trout fiber.
Yes, and that's so true. I experienced that myself. I was like, man,
That's a-
trout will
so
eat
that's a
trout.
trout eye.
Bro, I gotta let my mama know I'm okay.
There you go. So there again, you have it facing towards you like this. I guess that's the most important part. If you don't have it facing towards you, you could get all lost. And see, it's still a 6. And now I'm gonna go through the hole. And then I'm gonna go over the string. 1, see, 1, 2. And now I'm gonna go through the back side of this hole. See that hole?
Through the back of
So I went through the front and through the back, get it wet.
Yeah, that's not how I was doing it.
See, look at that. And to me, color does matter.
Yeah.
So Eduardo is using pumpkin slice.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on white diamond.
Okay.
And then we're gonna be able to find, and I'll fish with a different one, and we're gonna find out what color they want, and then we could all switch in, whoever's getting them. And that's how you usually fish. Or if you're doing, one's doing a cork, one's doing a rattle trap, paddle tail, and you see what's working for you, and then go for it. Twist it. And then lock it. There it is. And you try to get it as straight as possible. If it's a little off, your lure's gonna be kind of flicked when you're swimming it. It's not gonna look natural. But if you could get it that straight, you're doing good.
So that's a down south
Bone diamond,
bone diamond.
yeah.
The guy at that shop, he said down south is the way to go, and I've been saying that, but you've been telling me otherwise.
Yeah, and the owner from down south just messaged me. He saw my video.
Really?
Yeah, he said
The
he's
one
gonna,
where you show the setup?
he saw my commercial, and I actually called it a commercial.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he
it
saw
was
it.
a really good one.
And he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna send you something in the mail, so I'm excited. I'm gonna
Oh,
do
man,
a
no
live. I'm gonna do a
way.
YouTube, right?
You gotta do an unboxing. People love those.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Unboxing.
gonna do. I'm gonna open it in front of everybody, see what it is.
What's it? Oh,
All right, guys.
Setting this up.
No problem.
So this is quarter ounce or eighth ounce?
That's 1/4 ounce. So what y'all got is braid to 15-pound fluorocarbon, uni to uni, loop knot to a trout eye jig head, and pumpkin slice, bone diamond are the lures, down south lures.
Pumpkin slice and bone diamond.
And Eduardo, watch, let me show you.
yes, sir.
There's nothing popping right now. So you're gonna try to cover a whole range because you don't know if they're in the bottom, the top. So you just let it kind of almost go to the bottom, and then you're just gonna let them like whip it, just like that.
Hey, turn this way, Eduardo.
I wasn't looking. All right.
And just whip it like that. Oh, ooh, almost got Daniel. But just whip it up and down like that. And you know, have you heard of fan casting?
Where you go?
Yeah. So wherever you want to start here, work yourself like every foot and see where you can find the trout.
See, we need knowledge like this on the channel.
You say Daniel doesn't have no knowledge?
Daniel has knowledge, but he's been fishing since the 70s.
I know
He
nothing.
quit for a while, for a long time. He retired from fishing for.
The ways I'm showing y'all are just my trial and error, and this is what I catch trout with. I mean, it works for me. So since they're trying this, I'm gonna try a different lure.
So you're casting it, but when you bring it in, you're letting it sink to the bottom.
Sink to the bottom and then start picking it up and just, so in other words, you're gonna be doing like this, real big ones.
Oh, big.
And you could do twitch pause, but just make it go like that, big, because you're trying to cover a big range of area to find out where the trout are. I'm gonna rig this one up also.
You see that purple? That is beautiful out here. It's so nice.
And what I do, like, you know, usually I fish by myself. So I'll do like Eduardo and Daniel, I'll have 2 or 3 of different colors. And so when I find out which one it is, that's the one I'll use. So I don't have to re-rig because I'll have my rods already rigged up with different colors. Same jig head, and then some of them I'll do paddle tails, and like this one is a crappie jig. And sometimes right here, especially here at the pavilion, there'll be bait balls. You'll see a big old ball of bait going like this.
What that is?
Just a big old ball of bait, and you'll see silver go like that. That's the trout underneath the bait balls. So I'll use a crappie jig to imitate the shad, and I'll just let them drop in there. Whew, and I was catching them right there underneath the bait ball. I would let it hit the bait ball and let it sink.
And so that's the thing is, like when I was little, my dad, we always used treble hooks, but he would cut one of the trebles off. He would cut it off. Yeah. And he cut it off just so it'd make it easier to get it out and stuff like that. But one of the comments was like, oh, you're not really fishing if you're using treble hooks. Yeah, and I was like, well, how's that not fishing, you know? And
to me, if you catch the fish, I don't care if you, what do they call, foul hook?
yeah.
You caught them.
Yeah, it was just funny, and so we've kind of made the running joke from the after that.
Yeah, because most of all, like rattle traps, they got treble hooks.
Yeah, and like that spook, I have a topwater spook, double treble hooks.
That's right.
I mean, all the topwater stuff has them, you know, for catching specks and all that. So
yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I saw it and I was kind of like, well, you know, maybe it's something that I don't know about as far as,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
Not really.
I don't think there's a wrong way to really fish as long as you can bring them in. If you're bringing them in, who could say anything, right?
Yeah. But I didn't know if it was, since you fish a lot more, I didn't know if that was something that you think other fishermen kind of think too, or, you know.
I guess it's just a preference.
Yeah. I mean, I like the kale hooks, you know, the one that are oval.
Yeah, I like using kill hooks for live bait because of the wider gap. And I've actually caught a big trout with a kill hook and a live croaker.
So are you using like the live croaker, like the smaller ones like
Yeah,
that?
about this big.
Man, what's that like? Because that's got to be a big old speck to hit that.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
That's the good thing about live bait, especially croaker. You're not going to catch like little dinks. Most likely you're going to catch something big. And these top waters too, a lot of the dinks are not going to hit a top water, hardly. You see big old trout hitting those top waters. So that's one benefit of that, you know.
Man, I think it was your last video. You walked out and you just started catching. And was it the last one? But like everybody was over here. You just walked, you started catching. It was right in front of everybody. I was like, man, they got to be like, what?
Yeah, it happens. Well, you know, some people will be using live shrimp and not catching anything. And then I come out there with a down south and just start pulling them out.
Hey, I felt attacked right there. I felt attacked.
Not catching anything?
Live shrimp and not catching anything. I felt attacked.
Sorry about that, bro.
I was just kidding.
And see how there's light right here?
Yeah.
And then it looks dark there?
Yeah.
Check this out. At this time of December and January, a lot of the trout are going to be in that dark area, not here. They're going to be right in the dark area. So you'll have to throw it a few feet past the dark area, and then when you're bringing them to the light, whew, that's when you get them. And that's why you'll hear a lot of people say they're in the dark. They're in the dark. That's what they mean by that. But you'll be able to see once that sun goes down, you'll see like a ring, and you always cast into the dark, And that's why I like to use a 3/8. This is a 1/4 ounce, but I'll put a little bit heavier jig to really get out in there. Well, it's gonna be real foggy tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her. It's gonna be scary.
But one good thing, when it's foggy, that's when I catch my trout.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but usually when I catch my trout, the deck and the pier's all wet and everything feels
Really?
Yeah, real humid, and that's when the trout are biting. That's my experience.
So what's your PB?
24-inch spec.
Wow. It's just so cool because we were talking to him, what is it, 3 weeks ago? And then now we're actually fishing together. That's so cool.
Because I took all the pictures for Christmas,
Uh-huh.
and I shot raw, so I couldn't really see, and I shot too fast of a shutter speed, and they were so dark. And I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
but your
God.
camera
I
can
just
do-
ruined everybody's Christmas pictures, and then for my family, and I was like, I played with it for like, man, it took me hours on Lightroom to fix those photos.
Really?
It took me forever.
Yeah.
And some of them weren't fixable. Like I have a lot of them on my phone. Like, dude, they were dark. Look, I was able to like fix a lot of them, so they look pretty good, right? Like, you know, look okay.
Those are good.
Yeah, but they were orange and black.
You had the. Did you have auto ISO or what did you do?
I went ISO 2000, but it was too low, or 1000.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you can crank yours up to like 12,000 ISO.
Yeah, they said 8,000. I looked it up.
But that wasn't it. That your
My shutter speed was at
No, it's not the shutter
1/250.
If they were orange, it was because they you had auto white balance on.
Yes.
Yeah,
We only caught one
there's a
of
slough right over here. And I usually catch my flounders there or at this pavilion right here. Do you see that? There's like a concrete pavilion. There's a beach area there. I'll usually go wading and I'll throw a popping cork. Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh, I had something. Had a bite.
A slough is that just like a little open area or?
It's sorry about that. It's you know where all the shrimp boats are at?
Yeah.
On the right side of that, you could go down, you could walk down there, and there's like a brick area, and then there's
Oh, I see. I know where that
And-
is.
On the other side.
and then there's a mouth that has like a little creek, and it's full of shrimp, mullet, and it goes probably about a mile, maybe 2 miles. So the fish go in and out, and they always say like for flounder, it's a good try to find an opening point, and I always throw right in the opening point, and that's where I usually catch my flounder right there. It's a good spot. Another good spot to fish. I don't know if you ever heard of Oyster Lake.
I have.
It's right over here.
Is it right? I thought it was towards Matagorda. Like,
You could go around right here, and you'll be there in about 30 minutes. It's just right there.
that looked like an easy spot to fish from.
My wife told me that's the place they need to fish, Oyster Lake. Especially like with live shrimp, you'll catch some reds, flounders,
And they're
trout.
easy to get up because you're right on the bank.
Yeah, and the beach, it's so beautiful
Where's
there.
Oyster Bay at?
Oyster Lake is right here.
Oyster Lake, sorry.
It's right over here.
So you do top, you do them with lures too? All you do is fish lures? Lures?
I would say for about a year, yes.
Wow.
Because when I used to
That's
first
when you know you're good.
years ago, I used to always cast my cast net for mullet, shrimp, try to catch my bait, right? And man, that wears you out, man. If you're trying to get your own bait and this and that. And so I said, you know what? And I started doing my plastics. And then I started catching a trout. So I had a decision one time. I was running real late. I was like, man, I only got a few hours. I said, I don't need no bait. I'm just gonna use my plastics. Caught them. And then it builds your confidence, and you're like, you know what? I don't need no bait. All I need is plastic.
Like everybody that's like big on YouTube only does plastic.
Yeah.
And like, man, that just takes skill, you know?
Well, if the bite turns on today, and then you'll be like, you know what? I could do it on these plastics. I'm serious.
Build my
You
confidence?
start building your confidence, and you said, you know what? I could do this on plastics or top water, hard lures, rattle traps. Look, this is a Salt Strong app. This is where we're at, basically, right here. I'm putting tides. So here's your tide. Saying this is the time. So the green area shows when it's going to be good because it's swelling. And then after that, it really doesn't show like it's going to be that much of a, but it is. It's dropping down. But look at Sunday.
Thank you.
Look at that big old swell. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's ideal when you want to go fishing right there. And that's what I look at, the tides. Because right there in between this time and that could be 2 hours of nothing happening. But then right here, the bite can start coming on. So that's one thing I look at.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that they had something like
So
that.
you could actually check out a tide just on Google, and it'll show you the tides. And the tides, what they do, it moves the bed of the sea. So it moves the bait. And when it moves the bait, the fish are going to move also. So it's life. The tides is life. And so
I never understood.
So there's a lot of times like I think after Monday, the tides are going to be real. They could be real small. See, and then sometimes we go fishing and it's real small tides, and there's nothing really biting because you want a big tide.
So you want a big, okay.
You want a good tide.
You said that's
your
salt
chances are bigger if you fish on a incoming tide or an outgoing tide.
strong? As long as it's moving, right?
As long as it's moving.
Here's a mic. I'm going to go to the restroom.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of slack tide? When it's
My dad said.
when it's slack tide, that's what fishermen would say. A man, slack tide. They just go home because nothing's moving, nothing's biting. Slack tide. See, and you got to identify those things. Like, man, slack tide. I'm gonna eat my sandwich. I'm gonna go to the store real quick. And then when it starts moving, then you know the tide is fixing to move.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah. And the tide is fixing to move in about, I would say about 15, 20 minutes. It's fixing to start coming down. And then that's when the bite should start.
So
the tide's coming down.
As long as the tide's doing something.
Got to do something.
It's got to do something. Okay,
And a
it's
lot of
either
fishermen fish with tides.
Okay. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited because, my parents have that little spot here in Palacios now, and I mean it pretty much means that we're gonna be here a long time. Like I'm just glad they got it because they, when I grew up, we wanted to. Their dream was always to get a spot in Rockport.
Yeah.
But they would have had to buy 40 years ago. That was back when you could get something. Now it's just crazy. But the thing about Palacios is for us, we can be here in an hour and 45 minutes, sometimes even quicker, So it's like, it's not that far away. I really like the fishing stuff. Like I want to do more of this, but I want to do it everywhere. Like I want to go down the Laguna Madre and then I want to head north and I want to get all the way to Florida. Like with the van and stuff, we can be there for a whole weekend.
I've always wanted to fish Florida.
Yeah, I think it would be neat. I think it would be neat at a certain time.
Yeah.
Because man, the rest of the time is going to be hot. But we're going to start doing other stuff too. We're not just going to do fishing. Like I want to get out and do other stuff, camping, hiking, stuff like that. Just kind of show people, hey, I got to keep it fun for me, And there's not going to be every day. It's not going to be fishing weather, fishing times, and so we're going to mix other stuff into it, just fun stuff. And I really want to build the community because I think that there's a lot of guys. Like my wife just told me, the girl that my son's talking to, her dad, he goes, hey, he loves fishing, and I've never met him. And I was like, oh, so does he fish a lot? She says he doesn't fish at all because he doesn't have anybody to go fishing with. And it's like, man, how many guys are out there just, a lot of the new generation, they don't want to fish. They, so like when y'all saw that, when you had the kid, there was some kids out here that were out here the other day and y'all, dude, that was a great video. because you could tell they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
But they were trying. They
were
had gone
trying.
to Walmart and they're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I think the guy that's standing over there came over and he was showing them, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But that's what I think a lot of people need, because I think there's just people that their dad didn't take them fishing. They didn't have an uncle. They didn't, you know. And I think this sport is a lot bigger than people. I mean, we're driving in there. People are on the side of the road everywhere. So it's kind of like, you know, I think it's a bigger thing than a lot of people realize, you know. And I think nowadays people really need to get out, get from behind the, you know, computer and,
That's right.
you know, do something, you know.
And that's why I like to film a lot of people and not just myself. I mean, if someone's catching a fish, I'll film them and their reaction on how they're catching the fish. It don't have to be all about me.
Yeah.
And I like to like talk to other people while I'm fishing, and
Yeah.
sometimes we'll just have some weird, interesting talk, and I'll forget I'm videoing because I'm just totally myself. And then I'm like, oh, I'm recording this, and I'm like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But I just forget that I'm recording, and it's just great.
Oh, I got a hit. That was cool. Yep. That was cool. I got a hit.
Awesome. You felt that thump?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they took it. They're there.
It might turn on.
Man, that was awesome.
What are you putting on right now?
It's called a rattle trap. See how it's kind of windy? When it's windy like that, it's kind of noisy. So this actually will make a lot of noise too. Thank you for that. And so with this, you can make a lot of noise, and sometimes it helps. And that's why I was telling them if they wanted to, they can use thank you. They could use a bigger paddle tail. Whenever it's bigger waves, I try to make more noise, more sound, more scent.
So then would you put like a bait or procure on it?
Yes. A lot of people don't do that, but this is what I do. I'll put a little bit right here on this, just right here. Because there's not really a place to put procure because it's going to slide right off, but I put it in these rings. And I found that it'll hold pretty well. And watch, I'll show you how I do this retrieve. Just swing it like that. You could throw these a mile. And just a steady retrieve. And watch, when you see it, it's gonna be rattling. Watch, check this out.
Nice.
All right, guys, I think it's fixing to turn on. That's what I was waiting for, the first speck.
I'm glad I got this big old bottle of Procure.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my down south. And what I do when they catch something, watch, come over here, watch. Hey, what'd y'all catch that speckled trout with?
Mullet. Cut mullet.
Cut mullet?
Yeah, and especially if you get it past like the light area,
In the dark,
in
right?
the dark, they're hitting hard as possible.
Awesome. In the
Yeah.
dark.
Thank you. Cut mullet.
Cut mullet. It never hurts to ask when someone catches something, because something, maybe you're fishing down south and they're not hitting, they're biting on cut mullet. So we had some cut mullet. We could probably duplicate what they're doing right now. So it never hurts to try to do the same thing they're doing.
Is it right?
I got one.
I'm good. I'm gonna probably get slimy again in a minute.
Hey, how big was that trout?
I didn't measure it. I don't keep.
Okay. Hey, y'all don't keep y'all's fish either, do y'all?
I kept the flounder.
Hey,
Carlo had it.
how many flounders did y'all catch?
So this is debatable because Eduardo's saying he
I
caught.
caught 3. None of them were take-home size.
We only have one of his on video.
Yeah, because they're trying to cheat me and make me look like a worse fisherman than I am.
So
They conspired against me.
They just caught some sand trout, so the fish could, the fish might be turning on right now. Oh, thank you. All right.
little bitty sand trout.
Hey, didn't it feel good catching it with the
Yeah,
artificial?
it felt good catching it with that lure.
Artificial.
Man. All right.
Watch, you're gonna catch a speck, man. Watch, you're fixing to catch
Yeah.
one.
Look how it's getting the dew is getting water on everything. See that?
Yeah. And look, the trout bite is on. The dew is here.
After he catches something, do you think you should put more Pier on it?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I got the big bottle there if you need some.
Okay.
Remember how to do it?
Yeah. Put it on the neck. All
I
down
definitely
the
want to
body.
film y'all catching a trout, a speck.
There. You showed us how to do it. Man, I was so excited. Like when you told me yesterday, you're like, oh, you ought to come out and do that. I told Eduardo, I was like, hey, guess what? He was like, yeah.
Awesome. Eddie, I want to see you catch a big old trout.
I want to see myself too.
And that way you can show your mama.
No, she talks nonsense.
She what?
She talks nonsense. She's like, you go out to fish every weekend and you never bring nothing back. You don't catch anything or what? I was like, Mom, we release them. And then I finally brought her.
Oh yeah, this is
flounder.
funny.
I bet she was happy.
She was, but she ain't even ate it. Or yeah,
What did she tell you? Why'd you only bring one?
yeah. She was like, how come you
Oh.
only got one? Like it's so easy to do, right?
I guess she was probably like, I guess everybody gets one bite. Man, they're hitting it. The little sand trout hit it again, or whatever it was.
Are you just slowly reeling in?
I'm twitching it too, like popping it.
Are the pops supposed to be soft?
So he was letting it drop and pop it up and bring it, and then drop and bring it.
Oh,
Whoa.
sorry. Dude, I got something there.
Really?
Yeah, I got a hit for sure.
There you go.
You got the
Hey, you're
Procure
gonna
on
get
it?
one.
Yeah.
Hey, you want some more Procure or you're good?
I think I'm good. I just put them on.
Okay.
I put them on after.
I hope they actually start popping. Have you ever seen them start popping?
I've never seen that.
If it would turn on like that, oh, it would be a
What
dream
is
come
it?
true. They start going.
I heard
their
it.
mouths come up
I've
out
heard
of
of
water
it.
and they make like a popping sound, and
I
they'll
got
be
one.
all over. Ooh, that's a pretty good sandy.
Cool. Man, look how big he is, and look how big the lure is. He ate he just slammed it. Wow. Man, he really went after that.
Feels good, huh?
Oh man, you don't even have to add bait no more. Oh look, I said you don't even have to have.
And that
have
one
to
lure
add
could
bait.
last for 20 fish, 20,
Man.
30 fish. Sand trout. Daniel, you see those birds? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh wow.
See,
so
they
they're-
weren't there a while ago. This is my theory. The trout are eating and they're leaving pieces of fish in the water, so the
Wherever
birds are
they
eating
are.
the birds are eating the leftovers. That's my theory.
So do you go by Larry as your first name, or is that the just your YouTube?
Yeah, I just go by Larry. When I was growing up, my cousin used to call me Larry B.
Larry B?
Larry B. I don't have a middle name, but he would call me Larry B. And then when I started my YouTube, I was like, I need y'all to help me. I told my daughter and my son, I need a name. And they like watching VeggieTales, and they say, why don't you call it Larry Boy?
They like watching what?
VeggieTales.
Oh, okay.
And so I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and name it Larry Boy.
That's cool. Been getting hits. The sand trout. Man, dude, this is so much fun. Like, for real. This is fun, man. I'm really glad he invited us to come
I'm glad
fish
to
with
see
him.
y'all use lures, man.
Man, this is so much fun. What?
That king, right here. That king,
Really?
right there.
Like that mud? Like you did me with the mud?
Are you really gonna start that again? That was an accident.
He got me with mud earlier. We went to that place off of 1289.
In the face?
Yeah, mud in the face. That stinky mud too.
Shrimp mud.
Got one. Oh, yeah, a little bitty one. Little bitty
Hey, at least
sand
y'all
trout.
catching more here than over there.
Yeah, catching a lot more over here than there. And we're not even using real bait.
Right?
So have you ever tried like the sand trout?
Yeah. I got sand trout right now in my freezer.
So how are they when you freeze them? Do they get mushy or?
No.
No?
I've heard
Ate them first, right?
I fillet them and just put them in the freezer. And I've had sand trout for over a year in the freezer. Fried them up and they taste just as like if I caught them that week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you fried them up.
Fried them up. But I fry my sand trout to a crisp. So you could eat the bones and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when you fillet them, there's so many bones in the fillet. I just go and then cut it right by the head. So if you took off all the bones, you wouldn't have that much meat.
Huh.
So what I do, I just fry it a little extra. Yeah, they're so small. And they're so thin and light that they crisp up real good.
Oh, so sand trout the size, you don't keep just the big one. You don't have to keep.
Oh, you could keep any size.
Man, that's cool that you can actually fish and bring enough. Because I saw what you brought home on that one catch and cook thing. I was like, man, that's a lot of fish.
Oh yeah,
You got a big family though.
I got a big family. And my baby actually eats fish too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's only a year, but she loves fish. Boat flip.
Oh, little.
Oh, it's
little,
a whiting.
Wow, that's a big old whiting.
Hey, you should know better.
Good job, bro. This is only the second time I've seen anyone catch a whiting with artificial.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you keep these?
Nah. I heard they're good eating, but I don't really mess with them.
Did you get two of them?
That's a good one.
That.
Oh, it's pretty.
And on the artificial, on the diamond,
Oh, white diamond.
white diamond down south lure. Man, that's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Right when you pick up the fishing rod. Figures.
Yeah. Trout. Sand trout
Another
on
little sand
artificial.
trout. Yep. So do you keep this size?
That's good bait.
Good bait.
I do, but only when I'm desperate.
Let me see.
I like them a little bit bigger.
Yep. Man, they are so much fun to catch.
So Daniel, isn't that awesome to
I
catch
know, look at
fish
that,
with
all on-
fake plastic?
Fake plastic. Man, it's gonna change the game now.
Are they
That's what
big
I'm
on the
talking
what?
about.
They're hitting on the.
Bone
So what
diamond.
did you catch the red on?
Shrimp
Shrimp.
on a cork.
Just
was
popping
real,
it?
Real windy too. And what happened is, in the evening, it was real low tide, so you could see like all the rocks and everything. So it was like, oh, now you can see where you're gonna get hung up. So I went down that pier in the afternoon, and it was high tide, so you couldn't see the rocks no more. Redfish like to be around the structure and the rocks and stuff. So I knew the rocks were there, so I threw close to it, and they were hitting. They were
Wow.
right there. And you can actually see them running over there.
We ate.
It was nice.
Wow.
I got some chicken strips and French fries. You want some?
Thank you very much. Yeah, we just ate the.
I better get back and go put the baby to sleep.
Well, he's teaching me the ways.
That's good.
I'm really glad he invited us down here.
Hey, Peyton, you got to record this. Check this out.
Eat your food first. Don't talk with me.
When we first met, I asked her a question. What was the question?
Do you like to fish? I said no.
And what did I tell you?
I don't think it's gonna work.
True story.
Wow.
So I said, why don't you like to fish?
I said I didn't know how.
So I said, go one time with me. And she went one time with me, and I gave her you know, the kind of jigs you can buy at the store, a double rig
Like that?
Tandem?
tandem. She took the tandem apart.
Oh yeah, I took the whole thing.
And I was like, what did you do? She goes, I thought it was tied to.
Like, why is this all tied together? This is
So I said, no, you leave it alone. But anyways, she started catching fish, and she goes, I like fishing. I said, this marriage will work.
Yeah.
True story. I just
Yeah.
wanted to
Man,
get
that
that
is
on video.
awesome.
And now he told me, he goes, I'm gonna show you how to do this one time. After that, you're on your own. I was like, okay. Yeah, he showed me, and I started catching them.
That's awesome.
So then, it was a few years ago, we were on that pier, and we were having competition on who can catch the most fish. And that's when we caught over 60-something sand trout in one night.
60
Yeah.
sand trout?
In one night.
Man, that's
Yeah,
all.
It was fun. It was like, as soon as you throw it in there, you're pulling one up. It was fun.
Little sand trout.
Those are fun to catch.
Yeah, they are. Are you reeling, and then are you
Tugging?
I'm trying different things.
And sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah. It's funny, when I was little, I would start getting the hang of it towards the end of us fishing, me and my dad fishing. It seemed like every time I would start to get the hang of it when we were almost done fishing. And it's like, Dad, I don't want to go. He goes, we got to go home. I could go all day just like this. I like
We
these.
have gone all day.
What time is it? What time is it? Like 5?
7:35.
That's it.
And y'all left at what? 4 or 5?
That's a speck.
Oh, that's a nice one, bro.
So they're on the bottom.
They're on the bottom?
Yeah.
Man, what is kicking up right here?
It's getting caught on something.
Look, I got one right here. It's little bitty ones.
Oh, you're getting them right at the light.
Yeah.
How many is that, like 6?
I don't know.
Same lure.
Same lure. Oh, they're right there.
Good catch.
Here we go. All right, one of us about to catch a big one.
Tonight could be the
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night. How's that song? Tonight's the night.
Little sand trout.
Wow, look at that.
Little sandy.
Nice.
Give it a kick.
How's that feel?
I'm 2 on the board now.
He's floating upside down right there.
Hey, the bite's
Is it
on.
real? Oh, I was like, I felt bad.
Mr. Lopez says whenever you want to leave, that's when they start biting.
I'm gonna wait till he hooks onto a big one, but Eduardo, we gotta go.
I'm fighting it.
We gotta go. Just cut
Hey, he just cuts the line behind me.
We gotta go, man.
gotta go.
We gotta go, Eduardo. We gotta go.
It's cool how the birds almost look like they have lights on them.
On the bottom of it?
When they're so far away, you can still.
Got one. Caught him right here.
A
That's
hammerhead?
the smallest thing I've ever seen in my life. Is that even a catch?
Size of
I don't think that even counts as a catch. What do you think, Larry? No.
You know what type of fish it was, Mr. Lopez?
Sand trout. Look, all I did was I went right here like this, and I just bounced it.
What is that
Oh,
thing?
ribbon
What are
fish.
those things?
I don't know what you're seeing. I didn't see nothing.
Those things right here.
Where?
Look,
Silver thing.
those three.
I don't.
Those
where?
are needle nose gars.
Oh.
I acted like I didn't see him. You're like those, right? Look, I got another one right here. Oh,
But what fish is that?
Needle nose gar. So it's like a gar, but small.
His snout, or how do you say it? Snout is real long.
Man, you remember how we were out catching flounder, and then we were talking to the Hispanic dude next to us. He said he loves alligator gar.
oh yeah.
So I watched the video. Apparently they're delicious.
They are.
And there's so much meat on them.
Huh.
Yeah. You've had it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I caught about 2 or 3 this summer.
Yeah.
Hey, it was on that live shrimp. Oh.
It went off.
It was a good one.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Did he get the jig?
He opened up my thing. Yeah. He bent my snap.
What did he do?
He bent my snap. It's like a swivel, but it's a snap.
Oh wow.
He was
Man, that
big.
was wow.
Hey, Eddie's gonna catch one. Watch.
I mean,
I
maybe.
bet you he's gonna catch one.
I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. Eduardo, you got to catch one before we. If you catch one, then we go. just try.
Hey man, I don't need
Just
this
try.
Much, I don't need this much pressure, okay?
Just try for once, you know. Look, I'll come get you tomorrow.
No.
Got one.
Oh, this one might be a trout.
Here's a sand trout.
Yeah, 2,500 is really nice.
Look at that. It was. This is similar to what Eduardo caught, but mine's bigger.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Mm.
You use fake bait.
Fake bait. Yeah, I didn't have to use real bait. I haven't used real bait the whole time we've been here. It's just been all these catches,
I swear, you hang out with Larry, you think he's better than you.
you know. And you know, I mean, I get it. You know, you need real bait. You know. But, you know, once you get the hang of catching these 6-inch sand trout, they're tiny, but man, it's fun.
It is. It's fun.
So right now, what type of bait are you using?
I'm using a, oh, I got another one. Look at that, Eduardo. Look. Oh, he got off. He got off. I'm using a white diamond.
White diamond.
White diamond down south lures on
A lot of hits on those.
on a trout eye
By Z-Man.
by Z-Man. It was outstanding getting to meet you that time. We were out fishing a few weeks ago, and then getting to come and see you today, and then man, you really taught us like a lot. I mean, that's stuff we'll have for the rest of our lives on how to set it up. I just finished busting it all. I got hung at the very end.
Now
but-
you can tie your own.
Yeah, but now I can tie my own.
Well, me not yet, but I'm gonna watch that video, replay.
Well, I'll tell you guys, I've always wanted to do my rig, the uni to uni, and my loop knot, and I want to do it on my channel. But hey, it's my gift to y'all.
Oh man, thank you so much.
At least it's going to be out there, right?
We're gonna be using. I'm gonna be using. I mean, now I don't even know if we're gonna be getting bait anymore.
Oh,
I don't
hey,
know.
well, I had a big trout on that live shrimp, free
Oh
line.
yeah, man. I saw your rod bending and I saw it go. I was like, oh man, he got right up to there and
It happens.
probably just spit it out, you know. But man, thank you so much for spending the time and and inviting us down here. This is the first time we've come fishing at night.
Yep.
So and this plenty of light.
Last time.
Yeah, huh?
I said it won't be
Oh,
our
I thought you said it was gonna be our last. I was like,
No. It won't be our last time.
we're pretty tired.
Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
pretty tired.
It was fun, man. It was that
All
was
right.
so
Well,
much
thank
fun.
y'all,
Thank you
guys.
so much, man. Thank you so much, Larry.
Peyton, thank you again.
Did you hear record?